I think I'll let Taxi go first. Yo, you guys better. Taxi's been trying to play for so long. Hasn't been able to. Finally will get a chance. Gonna be Druidsu. First up, class versus kind of like dot class. I mean, Taxi is a dot class. Druidsu has Moonfire, Sunfire, Starfall, Shooting Stars. Kind of like dots. Actually, Druids can be pretty decent dots. Sustain classes to play Necrolord in PvP. We had already played Necrolord in past, and that's kind of how he showed up to the duels first time. Playing Necrolord, I thought it was not possible, but he did really, really well with it. It is a lot more sustained pressure than you imagine. Like the constant pressure, because Necrolord Swarm amps up your dots by 35% instead of like 25% or 20%, depending on your spec. But for Boomy, it's made on purpose to be a little bit more effective. Druids are taking a bit of damn. Taxi ramping up their dots, making them more contagious. Gonna be a Cyclone Trick inside of it with an interrupt onto Jutsu. Into a quick fear. It's gonna get it fully dotted up. Shadow Fear on top of it. Soul Rot, everything. Should go for a Death Bolt. Try to go for a huge Death Bolt damage versus Jutsu. Did not get the big crit proc on it. But he's trying to go for Malefic Rapture afterwards while he's fully dotted. Trying to be attempted at yet another fear onto Jutsu. Trying to keep him CC'd. Gonna be drained life, but Jutsu somehow was able to break that drain life. I thought for Taxi was going to be the biggest burst at the very, very end, but apparently not. I'm surprised. Taxi, though, keeping the pressure onto Jutsu. There goes the big incarnation with the Kyrian Fear onto Jutsu. It is going to be short, though. So Jutsu, I think, should have, at some point, immunity from those fears. Taxi with the Drain Life, recovering a lot of health from that one, though. A ton of health. Death Dark Pact is going to give him that shield, a protective aura to keep him rolling. Interrupts Jutsu on the regrowth as he's trying to get himself some healing. So Taxi is trying to be as tanky as he can, rotate defensive, give himself a lot of healing with those drains. With Jutsu not having a lot of interrupts, Taxi can actually play his class quite well. You don't have to worry about landing clicks and interrupts and all that. Unlike against a mage or another warlock or any other class with interrupts. Like a melee or shaman for that matter. Taxi though, Mordecai into Jutsu, big soul rat to follow with the double raptor. Oh my goodness! Taxi back in with a big death bolt, blasting him out of there. That death bolt actually could do a lot of damage. Why is it they're nerfing death bolt from pretty hard in 9.2? Is it that strong in arenas? Because Taxi, I mean, he's trying to make it work in duels, but I wonder if in arenas with all the buffs, it's like, it's a 100% guaranteed one shot. Just gotta make sure no one has a trinket. Fear into G-Fuck as he's trying to go for Shackles and Malediction. Taxi, with the death pack coming up very, very soon, he's gonna need to do summon for healing. Quick Fear onto G-Funk, just trying to keep him dotted. Now that's gonna be a quick drain life onto the pet instead of the G-Funk. As Taxi is trying to keep himself alive, look at him, he's still just holding on to Dark Pack. Taxi actually has good healing. That drain can give him a ton of heal, especially with how the damage of drain can stack up from agonies. And with a pet, hey, that's a perfect way for G-Funk to deal with it. And Taxi draining the pet instead of G-Funk, he could go damage to G-Funk. He just knows there's a feign death right around the corner, and feign death would just break that drain. But if he drains on pet, he's just fine. Big burst out of Taxi with a death bolt to G-Funk. Huge damage. That's going to be Darkglare joining in, draining the pet yet again. Taxi getting frozen up. The Darkglare and the dots are still burning at G-Funk. Needs to make sure the pet is attacking G-Funk rather than the pet some way, somehow. G-Funk is dotted up completely. Fear around the corner. It's going to be another UA. Taxi just needs a little bit more damage to G-Funk. Just a little bit more. Rampaging all his dots. They're making him rampant and contagious. The G-Funk is going to be dotted up and going down. Taxi just held on to the Death Dark Pack the whole time. Can you believe it? He just had the whole defenses. I don't think he's ever used the one. I think he just healed right through the damage. The Gangsta as a marksman hunter, big double tap ready to go. Trying to go for big interrupt on the Taxi. There's going to be a big port for Taxi behind the pillar. So, explosive shot for the Gangsta. Not playing defensive hunter this time. It's playing the offensive hunter. Actually, no. Maybe not. Maybe just playing explosive shot. I think that's what it was. It looked like maybe it was Death Shotgun that you have a free explosive shot. But now I'm starting to think maybe that's not the case. Because it is a marksmanship hunter. Drain life for Taxi as the Gangster chills behind the pillar. Gonna be Taxi resetting the summon circle, making sure it's always there. The Gangster does go for a feign death, but while UA is on him, it does hurt him. It does silence him. Quick scatter onto Taxi. It's just walking up to get some dots versus Gangsta. Trying to land a fear. Gonna be that interrupt. Does drop down a trap next to Taxi. Does not get trapped up yet. The Gangsta is gonna get feared out. Has a trick in case things go bad. Stunned. That's gonna be full drain for Taxi. You recovered a lot of health, and Gangsta is hurting. Dotted up unless he goes for another feign death. I think it might just be over. This man is just melting while in turtle, and he just goes down. Taxi taking these boys out back to back. This Affliction Warlock. Dude, this guy's gonna be insane in 9.2. Give this man a second legendary, and he's gonna be godlike. Quick Stormbolt onto Taxi, lead by Mogdem, and Taxi's gonna have to go for a feint port or something. Gonna be reflected back with a Mortal Coil as Mogdem just tried to absolutely just crash damage through Taxi. Gonna be UAs up for Mogdem. And Taxi with a wall. Soul Rod getting full dots versus Mock Dem as he goes for parry. Interrupted on Flesh Cap. Taxi needs some kind of mobility to get out of there. He's in a really tight spot. Trying to go for Death Bolt. It's going to be Seed Pod. Mock Dem down and up. Mock Dem can actually still die to these dots. He's actually hurting right now. Wait, no way. No way. It didn't just happen. That did not just happen. Are you kidding me, Taxi? This man is actually God. This man is just done. He's like, you know what? I did the best I could. There's just nothing else. I couldn't play that any better. Look at this man right here. My goodness. This man just did the impossible. That Seed Pod dot. This guy's huge. Oh my goodness. Death is going to be up next with the flush. Give that man a second Lego. He's just going to blast him all out to smithereens. That is brutal. You're right. You are right, sub dude. That was brutal. I always thought, like, what happens if, like, you're a warlock and you get your pets and enough dot damage and you go into Seed Pod and you just survive by the skin of your teeth, just barely. That Seed Pod, there's no way that thing had a lot of health left. That was Mock Dem blasting mortal strikes and executes into that thing. There's no way that thing had a lot of health left. That is unbelievable. Big one Dragon Punch from me Smash Zug with a Karma to death. This is trying to see if you might be able to beat the Hunter. This is where Me Smash is the last man on that team too, man. He has to hold the fort. He has to find a way to how do you follow that up? How do you follow that kind of a duel? How can you even follow up and just do the same? I mean, I think he's gonna get a kill on Death. Death finds himself with no health. Touch of Death, feign Death, no way. Oh my god, look at these plays. He feigned Death, Touch of Death. He reduced the damage of it by 99%. That Touch of Death did no damage. Jesus. This man actually just lived a touch of, he just lived death. He just cheated death. Knocked down by Tajiro. There's no way Smash Zuggy is gonna live this. This man's faint. Oh, boopity bop. Trying to see. Oh, try to see if you could get away. My goodness, Taxi, how do you do it? Taxi, how do you do it? Jesus Christ. My goodness. How does one be? Yo, can I get some coaching? That was some Chad moves right there. That was, I'm still can't get over it. I actually can't get over that. How? Oh my god. He heals a ton too. That's what's so crazy about Affliction. Yo, I'm hoping Affliction will be in a good spot. Man, that tier set though. That tier set is so, I don't know. Hopefully the tier set for Affliction Warlocks will be good. It's like buffs the damage over Malefic Rapture. Is it going to be worth? Hopefully it'll be good for Affliction Warlocks in general. That was insane, man. Brutal dots, GG Taxi. Yeah, that was some brutal dots. I can't get over that. I actually need a second, boys. I need a second.